What up, man? It's your big brother, K-Rino. Open topic night, man. It's an open topic Saturday, man. I told y'all I was gonna do it. So let's get to it. Told y'all I was gonna do it, so let's get to it, man. It's open topic tonight, so whatever you got on your mind to say, speak it or forever hold your peace. Danger Zone. Well, let me ask you a question, Roshan. You say your favorite album of mine is Danger Zone. Have you heard all of my stuff? Have you heard all of my albums? Because I appreciate the love, without a doubt. Don't get it twisted. I definitely appreciate the love, but I dropped Danger Zone 20-some years ago, man. I got to step my game. If your favorite album of mine is an album I dropped 20-some years ago, I got to step my game up. But you know what? Not necessarily, though. You know what? You're right. Because I can think of a lot of artists, my favorite album from them is something they put out decades ago. Because I even said it myself, there's a difference between favorite and best. So, yeah, I appreciate that, Roshan. Thank you for the love. It's open topic tonight, man. Deep Elevation said he wiped his feet on the rug before coming in. Hey, I appreciate you. You know, I don't even say it no more. I don't even say it no more. I don't say it. You know what I'm talking about, but I don't even argue no more. I just, whatever it is what it is. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you anyway. Keanu is up in this thing, man. James Drake is in the building. Yeah, man, this is open topic tonight, so and it's gonna be a quick one. So, you know, whatever y'all got on y'all mind to express it. And any questions y'all might have, of course, same routine, you know, just drop them in the box. And if I see it, I'll get to it. Plain and simple. A lot going on in the world. So if y'all want to touch on any of that, feel free. I would like y'all to subscribe to my podcast, Underground Dialogue Podcast. We were supposed to have the Fifth Ward Boys interview up today, but we had some technical difficulties on the upload, so we're gonna drop it tomorrow. So, but y'all to get a chance to see the Fifth Ward Boys interview. What about central bank digital currency? What about it, Animanarchy? You know, it's a lot of currency issues going on throughout the world. You know, America's in a panic because all of those nations are trying to unite and wean themselves off the dollar. And of course, you like to say, you got all this digital currency going on. People talking about soon there won't be anything but digital currency. I don't know. You know, all I know is over in the country I'm in. I know you in Canada. Where I am, what I do know is that this economy is collapsing and going to hell in the handbasket. And sooner or later, you know, it's not going to matter what kind of currency is implemented. You know, this whole structure is collapsing. Lester Smith, I appreciate the love, man, the consistent love, man. You was in here dropping some love on your big brother last night. So I thank you, man. Salute to you. Lester Smith, always supporting and showing up. Soto says, have you linked up with Beast 1333 lately? No, not lately. We did some stuff a few years ago, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Well, see, LW, you lost that leverage because I don't even ask for likes no more. I don't even ask for them. So you lost your leverage. That's what me and Deep Elevation just got through talking about. I don't even ask no more. It still got over 100 last night. Did you see the hip hop 50th anniversary? No, not yet. I plan on checking it out though. I definitely want to check it out. Ungrateful Ninja. but I haven't saw it yet. Where can I see it? What's up, Cynthia? Cynthia wore the prettiest dress with different color socks. Sometimes I wonder if two mates were in her lunchbox. Y'all don't know what I'm singing. Rob G, what it be, Rob G? When's that new SPC album dropping? I don't know, man. I just talked to Blank about 10 seconds ago. But we're gonna get together. What we were trying to do, Rob, we were trying to really put some promo and some marketing out ahead of it instead of just throwing it out there. We know that the people that ride with us and support us, you know, they're gonna jump on it. But we kind of want to put a little weight behind, you know, if possible. So we'll see. But the goal was to have it out by this summer, but you know, we'll see. Cynthia wore the prettiest dress. Is my album still dropping next month, Roger? Is that what you're asking? The answer to that question would be yes. You know your big brother, I'm coming. Yeah, I took a break on recording for about 2 weeks because I had some other work that I had to do. I had a lot of features going on, I had a lot of other stuff going on that took me away. But this week we back in the studio. Yeah. I don't know about that R&B album. Any R&B album you see from me is gonna be with my homie DLP, the R&B, the Raps and Beats, Part 2. Keanu says your best album. Oh, you trying to say Stories from Black Book? You saying that's my best album? It's probably my most successful album to this day. But best album? So you telling me that I have not dropped a better album than Stories from the Black Book in 30 years. Come on, Keanu. Best? Now, favorite is different. That's why I checked myself earlier. I had to catch myself like, okay, I can't argue with what's your favorite. But best is a different story. What's up, Andre Agony is in the building, man. Man, already, man. Yeah, but it won't be wrong, man. My spelling sucks tonight. And that's the name of the album. The name of the album is Audio Optics. Y'all hold on a second. The name of the album is Audio Optics, man. Yeah, you know, Stories from Black Book, you know, that's like my first child. You know, so it's all love, but I wouldn't say that's my best album. Maybe your favorite, but it ain't my personal best. But I can't speak for you though, so you know. It is what it is. Robert Barlow, what's good, my brother? Frank Savage, you grew up listening to me, man. How you grew up listening to me, man? I ain't but 22 years old. Only 22. How could you grow up listening to me? I'm 22. That was either a Screw movie or they was doing like a Screw little series. I remember that they had put it together, but I don't remember what happened if they ever dropped it. Yeah. Joe Nuego says, was jamming to your instrumental on DJ Screw Players Ball tape. So, old school, a Screw tape called Players Ball. Let me write that down. They had one of my instrumentals on there. Somebody had put me up on a bunch of some Screw tapes that Screw had mixed some of my stuff on. years ago. They even gave them to me. I don't know what I did with them. Authentic, but I don't know what I did with it. T23X Country says your first album was your most successful album to date. Yeah, that's hard to believe. No, it's true. You know, because we live in it was a different time back then. See, back then, physical copies were just moving. You got to understand, it was record stores everywhere. Always a record store, every corner, all over the country. You know, so music sold a lot easier. In this digital age and the way they made it with streaming and all that, it's harder. That's why you don't really see people say you can, if you're old enough to remember, you remember a time where artists could come out, he might sell 5 million copies of an album, 10 million, you know, might go double platinum or platinum. These days, you don't really see guys, you don't really hear about people going like platinum or 3, 4, 5 times platinum. You don't really hear about that a lot. You may see, oh, he got 3 million streams. He got 5 million streams. But that's different from selling 5 million units, you know, and especially from a revenue standpoint, because selling 5 million copies of an album generates far more money for an artist, for everybody really, than getting 5 million streams, because artists ain't making nothing off the streams. So back then, music sold more, you know. Now, then when we went through that, remember we went through that little stretch where it was where people was illegally downloading. They had Napster and all these different places that would illegally download, and then people on the street was burning and bootlegging, and a lot of those things and transition that took place and how music was gotten contributed to, in my opinion, record sales taking a hit. So yeah, so my first album sold way more than anything, you know, especially the stuff I do now, you know. So 5 million streams and made 32 cents. Yeah, not far off. You get 1 million streams, that might put about 3,500 in your pocket. See? What you quoting, Backport? That Illusions? Yeah. Frank Savage said, I'm still on that time travel. I've been reacting to my songs, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me today. My dad called me today, and he saw me reacting to my own songs, and he told me I need to stop reacting to my own songs. He said my reactions are boring. He said, man, you need to stop reacting to your own. He said, man, your reactions are boring. He said, ain't no excitement in your reactions. I was like, yeah, because I kind of don't know what I'm gonna say if I haven't heard the song in a long time. But once I hear what I say, then I'm like, oh yeah, I remember saying that. So it's not necessarily a reaction that I do. It's more so that I explain what I said. So it's kind of, I guess it's kind of different, you know, than a reaction. I'll bring him on the podcast one day. He was on my radio show. I had him on my radio show back when I was doing the K-Rino radio. All that stuff is still up on my channel. Yeah, it's a breakdown. There you go, Roger. That's the word. That's the word. It's not a reaction. It's a breakdown. Yeah, that's the perfect description of what I do. maybe I'll label it as a breakdown instead of a reaction from here on out. Yeah. Instinct, I can't decide what favorite character. I mean, hey, that's weird. I wouldn't want to ask that question. I guess I've asked it before, like, but everybody gonna have a different album because you come in at different times. So this album that you heard in 2006, it may have hit you at a time where that was perfect for what you was going through. So you locked in and more committed to that album than something I put out last year or 97 or just depends on when you came in. Shannon Box is in the building. What's up, Box? How you been? Let's just say 8 Bars Entertainment got it on lock. Yeah, them my dudes right there, man. I'll be cracking up when I watch those guys, man. But they get it. They listen and they understand. See? DT says, as per usual, what's best is a matter of perception. Yeah, I mean, it's what you like. It's opinion. That's all it is. Where's my fofo hogs at? Is that Ira Kiza Frolenti showing love from Melbourne, Australia? Much love. Melbourne, Australia is in the building. Yeah, back porch. I mean, I'm just breaking it down, man. I would have to really not have heard one of my songs in a long time to hear a bar. Sometimes it hits me, like when I was reacting, I'll hear something that I didn't know I was gonna say it. I'll be like, okay, but I don't go crazy because I know I wrote it, and then it just coming back. It's like recall, So it is what it is. Anamonarchy says, I was watching a video, is that recently, about hogs being the worst invasive species in America. Yeah, pigs are the worst thing. Pigs are the nastiest. Swine is just nasty and terrible anyway. We talking about literal, actual swine that has no place. No place. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them coming, inshallah. I hope T Rash is on audio optics. He just got out of prison. He might come out. He might. So what's going on with the hogs? Yes, these hogs are bad out here. But they just running rampant. What the hogs are taking over? Hogs just running loose now. What's going on? Bring me up to speed. Yeah. And see, I know like sometimes we have we'll use those nicknames, metaphorically, but and even some things like that we got to transition out of because it still is a reflection that we are glorified just in those names. So if pig and swine and hogs and they really not good for us, they divinely forbidden by the creator himself, so it would be the equivalent of us calling ourselves the N-word or calling ourselves a bad bee and we might not think is harmful or that it means anything, but in reality, it's still a negative label being put on us because we are applying something to us that's not not a good thing to apply to ourselves. So, you know, I put hogs and all that in that same category. So hogs is taking over. Wow. No, animal I can't eat no hog. Ain't no climate change in Houston. We got one climate. Hot. I know what you're talking about. You know, you just talk about the climate change overall, you know. But man, it's hot where I live, bro. We getting 100 degrees every day in H-Town. It's been 100 degrees since like early June. Like usually the hundreds, the hot, they don't kick in like July. We was touching 101 like in June, early June. And we get like, I know we got some H-Town people on here. It feel like we get about 6 months of summer. The months are supposed to last like 3 months. I mean the seasons, you know. We get about 6 months of summer in Houston, man. Summer start in March. Summer start like, man, we be woo. I ain't never looked forward to October more than I have this year. Because it's going to be hot the rest of August. It's going to be hot in September. That's just H-Town, man. Yeah. The weatherman just say hot. The sun be coming. The sun be like, whatever happened today or yesterday, the sun be like running back. Rex Davis said Texas got that humid heat. And that's the thing. It's hot, but the humidity is what really gets you out here, man. You know, you go outside and check the mail, and you got to come in and change shirts. You've been outside 37 seconds, and you already you're done. I shot a video today. Well, I was in a video today with one of the homies that a song that I'm featured on. And in one of the scenes, I had to put on a hoodie. And we was outside at about 3 o'clock. But, you know, I was inside of a vehicle but man, just to put that hoodie on, oh man, come on, man. Meek Mill said the mainstream pays artists more to make negative music. He's right. He's absolutely right. Because they don't want the collective consciousness of the people to be raised up. So they put out, look at the type of music they play on the radio. Look at the type of music that you don't hear compared to the type of music that you do hear on the radio, and the content, the type of content that's pushed on us all the time, the songs that our children and babies are singing now and grown folks are singing now, that's locked in our head. And there's very little positive music. You know, that's not an accident. So yeah, Meek Mill is right. The mainstream is purposely, and it's more than just dumbing people down. It's like, okay, yeah, they dumbed us down years ago. But once they dumb you down, they don't stop at dumbing you down. It's dumb you down and then crash dummy you out, because now you start to act on and move on those dumb thoughts, and that's intentional. There are spirits and people that think you become what you eat, and some people have historically thought you do become you are what you eat. Now it may not be as literal as you think, but it's also not as non-literal as you think, because in a book by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad called How to Eat to Live, he talks about how you start to take on the characteristics of the pig. When you eat the swine, you take on the characteristics of the swine from a physical and a mental standpoint. Because the swine is he said, an animal is an animal that has no shyness in him. And you start to see the features. You start to get the neck and the fatness in your face and the sweating and you start to become a physical manifestation of that which you eat. So we like to joke around and but the swine is a divinely forbidden animal. That's in any scripture. God prohibits eating swine flesh, and not just prohibits you eating it, to not even touch it, not even touch its carcass. So we think that when we pray over it, it purifies it. Well, that's not reality. That's hocus pocus. That's magic. That's not how it works. Everything is not for for human consumption. And it don't matter how you clean it, don't matter how you dress it up, don't matter how much hot sauce you put on it, no matter how much what sides you fix with it. The characteristics that are in it, the physical characteristics that are in it that are not good for us, they still go into your body when you eat it. So you become that. You start to take on. You're aggressive. You're mad. You're angry. It's reality. Cherie Clark is in the house. Cherie is in the house. Yeah, the humidity in Houston is the real deal, man. It's like 11 o'clock p.m. It's still hot outside. Open topic, y'all. Man, it's so hot in Houston, you can just look out your window and see the heat. How can you see heat? You can just look out the window and be like, yeah, it's hot. It's like somebody came in and turned the knob up on the sun, and then when they turned the knob, it broke and got stuck. Cherie said chicken as well. Yeah, all of the they have poisoned even the animals that are lawful for us to eat. Like eating beef is not unlawful for us to eat, but they poison it so bad. They poison the chicken so bad. They poison the fish so bad. They poison the water. They artificially make fruits and vegetables, and it's hard, man. It's hard even when you're trying to eat right. Instinct says also a lot of people just think they like an artist because it's popular, not because they actually like it. No mind of their own. They are too cowardly to be different and decide for themselves. Yeah, sometimes people just ride the wave. They get caught up in the wave. It's funny you said that. I saw Nicki Minaj last night, and she made a good point on this the interview I saw. She made a really good point, and she was just talking about our generation. Just basically saying that, we grew up listening to talented artists on the radio. The radio used to play talent. Now she said, this generation grows up listening to popular artists, not necessarily talented artists. Now, I believe that a lot of those artists that are popular, I believe that many of them are talented, but I think that we're not maxing out our talent. We're not using our talent to the fullest because we're trying to cater to that which is popular. We got to do what's trending. We got to make these type of songs because the label dictates it, because they've shaped the industry to make the audience clamor for it, and they forced it on the audience to make the audience accept it. They lock it in with repetition to program us to, like you say, think we like it or maybe actually like it. But, no disrespect, but that's clearly a large gap in a difference in the quality of content 35 years ago compared to now. Bryson says entertainment consumption creates you as well. Yeah, I say this all the time. I know I say this at least once every live. You are what you eat physically and mentally. So you become that which you consume on concrete and abstract levels, because you start to be a reflection of that which you put into your mind. What advice would you give a young rapper trying to make it mainstream through conscious rap? The advice I would give you is good luck. That's like saying, in my opinion, that's like saying, what advice would you give a person trying to cross a busy freeway on foot? It's almost impossible, because just like the busy freeway is an environment that is set up to send fast-moving motor vehicles zooming by at a fast pace, making it very difficult for you to maneuver through that. The industry is set up to not even let high degrees of consciousness and conscious music even infiltrate that which, as we spoke earlier, is specifically and intentionally designed to keep that type of stuff out. So you used to have conscious music used to be in the mainstream. There was a time. I grew up in that era. There was a time. It's very hard for a conscious, if you have dreams or aspirations as a conscious artist, to making it as a mainstream in that realm of mainstream, what you see and hearing on TV and on the video shows, and that's going to be hard for you to do. you're going to have to build up your own audience and make that audience gravitate to you and become the mainstream, and build a mainstream for yourself. You have to build a mainstream. You ain't gonna get in that. And you may not even really want to be in that. Now, if there's a way to get in it, whereas you could like I said, infiltrate it and become one who reforms the way it is now, how sick it is now, then you was chosen. You was chosen. But I would focus on just maxing out what you do and just creating your own and bringing your own fan base to that. Bringing your fan, creating and becoming a magnet, promoting that, promoting consciousness and finding the audience. Because what you got to also know, man, there's a lot of people still want conscious music, that want conscious rap. Millions of people want conscious rap. Don't let people fool us into thinking that because the radio and mainstream that they're just putting out that content and deceiving these young brothers and sisters to keep putting out that content. Don't let that fool us into thinking that there's not any demand or there's no market for consciousness no more, for reality no more, for realness no more. Nah, it's a bunch of people want that. You hear people complaining about it all the time. You hear people all the time say, well, that's why I don't listen to the radio no more, man. That's why, you know. So it's there. We have to find them, and we have to put ourselves in position for that audience to discover us. And once that happens, you'll look up and it'll be a mainstream artist. We're going to see a conscious artist one day soon develop a super, super huge audience. It's going to happen. If it haven't happened, if it's not happening already, it may already be popping somewhere. Immortal Technique did that. And Immortal Technique is big a fan base and core audience as he had. He hasn't even like put it together to where I think his audience could double or triple. But he does have that core. I've seen it. This man, everywhere he goes, he sells it out. So he's carved out a lane for himself, but I wouldn't call it mainstream. I would say that he pretty much, he found his people and his people found him. RRG says those people own and control the information. Yeah, they dictate what we see and hear. See, they are the star makers, right? And they the star breakers. Same in Hollywood. They decide who we're gonna make him a star. We're gonna make her a star. Whether you're talented or not, because you could have the talent, they can say we're gonna make it a star, or you can not have the talent. They can still just decide, well, he got the look though. She got the look. Oh, she got the personality though. Yeah, we can still market him. We'll put the best producers around him and put the best writers and and put together something that'll go. And we'll put so much weight behind it that'll be, they can make whoever they want big. And they can put so much weight behind it that you're hearing it on the radio 85 times a day. And so we need our own mainstream outside that. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. See, like-minded individuals have to just band together. Like, you know, there has to be a way to consolidate those like-minded individuals who are seeking the same thing. See, if you have people that like to work out, right? So you got people that like to work out. But for years, it was just like, okay, the people that like to work out, you see them jogging. The people that like to work out, they at home on their weight bench. People that like to work out, they somewhere doing push-ups or something. Somebody came up with the idea and said, you know what? Let's build a gym where all the people who like to work out, they can just come to our facility and they can work out. We'll call it 24-hour fitness. We'll call it LA Fitness. We'll call it Planet Fit, whatever fitness, right? So they feel the need. Wait a minute. There are a lot of people, they don't really like to come to just the regular grocery store. They don't like the food that they sell in the regular. There are a lot of people that want to eat healthy. Let's make up a grocery store that caters to the people who like healthy organic food. We'll call it Whole Food. So now all the people that you see when you shop at Whole Food, these are people who are to some degree health conscious, right? So the same had to be done in music. You know, maybe I'll be the one, maybe I'll do it. Should I do it? Should I try to do it since we're talking about it? To create a platform that caters to the conscious artist and the conscious artist wanting fan, the conscious music loving fan. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Maybe we can put that together. I'll write that down. Because that's all it is. It's fulfilling a need, supply and demand. If there's a demand, then somebody has to come along and create the supply. And whatever it is, you know, a website, I don't know, where like-minded individuals can come along. See, back in the days, you know, I'm from Houston. So screw music was really big and still is really big. But that was a time, y'all know, if y'all from H-Town, y'all know that all you heard when you was in the streets was people passing by jamming screw, right? And I remember a homie of mine, he put together a website called screwshop.com. Shout out to the homie Tosin out there in ATX. And it was just a headquarters for people who love screw and love screw music. And they had the forums, you know, the message boards and all that. And they discussed screw culture. And it was one place where people from all around the world was consolidated. So when the audience, when the people are scattered, it makes it real hard. It makes it difficult to max out because there may be 100,000 people that will rock with you. There may be 100,000 people that would totally get behind you. But the problem is, number one, 500 of them are in the UK, 10,000 of them are in America, spread out in different states. 200 of them are in Canada. They spread all over the place, right? And out of the 100,000, half of them might not even know who you are. So it's like when they show a map and they'll show, well, these are all of the places where and it'll have these little dots all on the map. And you'll see, but that's what you got to picture in your head. Picture a whole world with all those different dots. But what you're trying to do is consolidate those dots. So to create a focal point where everybody knows we come to this one location. Okay, if I'm in Michigan, I come here. If I'm in Canada, if this is what I'm looking for, it's like a radio station. The people who are into the mainstream, see, the demand creates the supply. So you have a radio station, people say, man, I'm tired of hearing all. I don't want to hear that stuff all day. I don't want to hear that. So somebody will say, well, what do y'all like? Oh, man, I like the old school. So now you got radio stations that don't play none but old school. All these different stations they got now, they got a Motown station. They got an all rock station. They got an all hip hop station. That's the same principle where people can just go to what it is they want. Like aisles in a department store or grocery store. Same thing. So yeah, so maybe I'll try that. We'll see. I just don't trust y'all though. Cause y'all say, yeah, can't do it. And they won't support it. I did that a long time ago. Probably about 15 years ago. I was trying to create a database. I called it the 1,000 list. I wanted to have it set up to where, look, man, in 1,000 was a minimum, like a minimum people, 1,000 people that would be on in the part of this database that, whenever we drop in new music, whenever we got shows, whenever we doing this, those people would be like, yeah, I'm on board to support that and get behind that. Needless to say, didn't but a couple of hundred people really take to it. But that's also part of the game because, it's a numbers game, You pass out 20,000 flyers, all 20,000 of those people are not going to support whatever it is you're doing. You pass out 20,000 in hopes that 3,000 or 4,000 might, jump on. So it's a numbers game. Y'all know how it is. Come on, fellas. Y'all don't act like y'all don't know about the numbers game. Back in the days, when you go to the mall with your homeboy, you might try to talk to 15 girls at the mall. Out those 15, you got 5 phone numbers. Out of those 5 phone numbers, 2 of them turned out to be cool. So, the principles. And people always, because I'm looking at DT's comment, people always go straight. The go-to is always J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Oh, J. Cole and Kendrick. And rightfully so, because you're talking about 2 of the, not just best conscious artists, but 2 of the best artists, not even just in rap. These are 2 of the best artists in music. But even though they have managed to stay conscious, for the most part, that's their foundation. They have somehow also managed to garner a lot of mainstream appeal as well. But I don't even think their mainstream appeal is super duper huge, especially J. Cole. J. Cole's mainstream appeal ain't just on a who's a big name mainstream artist right now that you can just say, okay, well, yeah, I can't. Okay, let's say Drake. As great as J. Cole is, he's still not on a Drake level because of, like I say, he's more on leaning towards that conscious. So it's kind of low end mainstream. Kendrick have done a little bit higher. He's like, this is my opinion, y'all can disagree. He's like middle of the pack to mid to high range mainstream, but not all the way up there like that. Which to me, that's beautiful to me, because the higher up you are, to me, the worse off, and the more chances they got of contaminating you. That's just my opinion. Lindsay, nothing but blood of Allah. What are you talking about? What is that? What are you talking about? Yeah, see, Kendrick and J. Cole are the go-tos in that situation. Open topic, y'all. I only got a few more minutes, man. I'm not gonna be on here long tonight. Hold on, I done went too far. Too far back. I thought I was close. Nate Joe was in the building. Frank Green says, "What do you think about Disney signing James Earl Jones as Darth Vader forever through AI?" What do you mean signing him? I know he played the voice of Darth Vader back on the original Star Wars movies. What do you mean signing him forever through AI? You mean I'm gonna let you answer the question. I'm not gonna ask the question and answer it. What exactly did they do? Because on my podcast, the Underground Dialogue podcast, we did a full episode on the pros and cons of AI. I'm sure none of y'all watched it, but we did talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of artificial intelligence. So I want to see what you said about that. What the James Earl Jones thing was about. I laugh at these street fools who got immersed a lot of Hmm. Yeah, Motor Technique is he's an amazing. Any chance I get it, anytime, any opportunity I get to send love and praise to Motor Technique, I'm gonna do it. And I've seen up close and personal how legit he is. He ain't just rapping his consciousness. He living it. Yeah. Laserville said, "I would like to see a movie of your book, Life Lessons and Lyrics. That would be fine." I agree. I'd like to see that too. They need to make a movie about me. Shaka says the average person gravitates to lit or drill rap. That's where the demand is at. So that's what will naturally be pushed by the radio. Well, the demand is there. See, we gotta understand there's a few ways to create a demand. An artist can just have such dope music and it starts to spread word of mouth by whatever means that it creates a demand among the people, just the grassroots down to the bone people. And a demand can be manufactured by industry. So, like you say, the drill rap, trap music, anything that promotes negative content, that demand can be manufactured by the labels that push that type of content. So people start to gravitate towards it because it's been thrown on them all the time. And all you need is a hard beat. If the beat is bumping, that will reel people in. You know how many times we've asked the question, "Hey man, as a rap fan, what's more important to you, the beat or the lyrics?" You know that it's 50-50 at best. 50-50 at minimum. 50% are gonna say, "Man, I gotta like the beat first." But it may be more than 50%. They're gonna say, "Man, I gotta like the beat first." I'm in the other side that like, hey man, I like a dope beat just like everybody else, but I'm more focused on what the rapper is saying. So they understand that if the minimum of 50% all or more are gonna be focused on the beat before they even hear the dude come in and rap, then they know that the formula is all they got to do is get the right kind of production behind it, and they can pull the people in. And then you stick some negative content, some low vibrating content on top of that. There we go. What y'all go for first? The beat? What's more important to you, the beat or the lyrics? Don't say both. I'm saying if you had to pick one, if you were stranded on an island and they say, man, I got 5 CDs of instrumentals and I got 5 CDs of just acapella bars, people just rapping. You got to pick one. You gonna take them beats, or are you gonna take those lyrics? You stranded on the island. What up, B? My homie B from Canada is in the building, man. Tragic. He says yes, and I'll produce that type of stuff for you. Conscious content is practically dead in the mainstream. Yeah, dead on life support. See? Bubba Seed says, I don't believe the audience truly understands the culture until seeing before and after what happened to the culture. I mean, this music we make, man, it's the soundtrack to people's life. So we are holding people's lives in our hands when we sit down and start making these songs, man. And I think that just like me and others that were in my era early on, the young people now we don't really think about that. I didn't think about that. And I don't think our young people are too locked in on that now because they're like, man, I'm just gonna make what I feel like gonna sell, or I'm gonna make what I feel like people gonna like. I could still be in the hood, not even signed, but I'm gonna make these songs I think people gonna like, that represent and reflect where I'm from, what I do, what happens around here. And it might not be just the most positive thing in the world because you gotta face it, we live in a predominantly negative world, So diamonds and gold, what's going down? That's right. We need to be deprogrammed and then reprogrammed. Erica said, you swam against the current and created a great catalog. Your bravery made you so ahead of our. Oh, praise be to Allah. Appreciate that. I mean, yeah, I learned the power of words. Once I understood the impact and the influence of words, I say this all the time. I got scared. I was like, man, I can't be contributing to people killing themselves, getting on drugs, and doing all manner of things. Can't do it. Let me see. See, that's what I'm saying. See, it's let me see. Hold on. In this room, the lyrics are winning. Is Supreme Tracks on Audio Optics? Yep. Yep, no question. Do I remember Sonya? Who was Sonya? D. Reed, lyrics. Cosmic, lyrics. Nate Joe, lyrics. Instinct, hard to say. Bryson, lyrics. The beat does matter because of his not slowed down. Now, don't get me wrong, whatever you choose, whether you choose the beats or the lyrics, you're going to want one to be applied to the other one. If somebody said, hey, man, we put you on this island, you can either take cereal by itself or milk by itself. At some point, whichever one you choose, you're going to say, man, I sure wish I had some milk to go with this cereal. Or you're going to say, man, I sure wish I had some cereal to go with this milk. So if you pick the beats, you know, maybe you'll start writing and freestyling to them yourself, but you're going to want to hear something on them. But if you pick the lyrics, then at some point, you're like, well, it'd be nice if I could bob my head to something. But if you just had to pick one, I think it would keep me more mentally nourished if I had if I could listen to words. That's just me. Instinct says lyrics. Cephalopod said lyrics. Wobb's lyrics. Yeah, man. I mean, it's all a matter of what you like, you know. Beast 1333, he's dope, man. I did a couple songs with him. Rowdy says, depends on my state of mind. You stranded on an island. They drop you off on an island. Jared says lyrics. Johnny Blaze says lyrics. I don't knock the beats, you know. I mean, yeah, the beat's important. The beat's important. I can't deny that. Laserville said depends on the rapper it is. They gave you a mix. They got different rappers. Or you get to pick. You get to pick what rapper. Your choice. Gotta go back for a second. Lester Smith, appreciate the love again. Have you ever thought about collabing with Queen Omega? I never heard of Queen Omega. I'm gonna have to check out. Where's she from? Queen Omega. See, Joshua Plus, see, it's a man after my own heart. See, he said taking a bad beat and making a good song is an expert skill. Yeah. Well, you can make people like a song on a mediocre to bad beat and they still listen to it just because you rapping on it. That's special. That's special. GL Pate said, I'm going to need beats. I'll come up with the words. M Stamps is in the building. Hey, man, y'all drop y'all locations, man. Shout y'all cities out. Drop y'all locations so I can shout y'all cities out. Told y'all I wasn't going to be long tonight. We got Dickinson, Texas, New Zealand, Cape Town, South Africa. Uh-oh, we pinging around the world. Southeast H-Town. The planet is at Terria. Fruit City, Sholo, a.k.a. Wicked City, Williamsburg, Virginia, Australia again, Melbourne, Australia. Bryson say, I'm from the city. Who's that lady? Nashville. Cephalopod, Central Florida. Roderick out there on the southwest, the south best. Joshua, Richmond, Virginia. Virginia representing up in this thing. Orange, Texas. Buckshot. I heard of Buckshot. Frank Savage in Denver. Johnny Blaze in West Baltimore. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Common sense. That was a problem. Fort Worth. Angelo was out there in the funk. Fort Worth. Again, GL Pate, Grass Valley, California. RRG. Ridgemont. Lumberton. You say, but her heart is in Houston. That's what's up, Erica. My homie B, Tragic. Southern Ontario. You know, we'll be back out there real soon. Yep. Andrew Smith in Orlando, Florida. Who's that lady? Jared in Phoenix. Smoke a lot. Starr County, Texas, down south. 7 of Don Boss out there in Georgia. Said it's such a beautiful feeling. Yeah. Love from around the flat earth. I mean the globe. What's that? That Aya one Loeto. Come through to the Okavango in Botswana. Hey man, I love to come out there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Paul Sample is in Mississippi. Mississippi. Yeah. It's all love, man. We need a show in Virginia. Yay, let's make it happen, man. I always tell y'all, if I can get a venue in a city, and that city is enough of y'all in that city to make it worth it, we'll put it together. Yeah, hit me up, B. Hit me up. Hit me up as soon as I jump off. It's all good. Diamonds and Gold, a.k.a. Denitra, Atlanta, Stone Mountain, Georgia. He say, please give me everything, lyrics and beats. Well, the beautiful thing, that's the world we live in. We don't have to choose. Box, all 4 corners. I caught that. Box, 4 corners. Jovan said, you should make a track that's a scheme with astronomy and astrophysics, not a rhyme scheme, but a scheme with multiple entendres and extended metaphors like a battle rapper. That's a lot. I like watching the battle rappers do their thing. Sometimes it just, I guess I know, they got to set it up, but sometimes it take too long to get to where you're trying to go. New collab with Cannabis. Haven't heard from Cannabis in a while. I saw somewhere where Cannabis and Chino are getting ready to do an album together. That's gonna shut the world down right there, man. I don't know if that's legal. Cannabis and Chino do an album together? That's not legal. The FDA ain't gonna approve. The FDA ain't gonna approve that, man. the DEA, the FBI. Yeah. Have I ever battle rap before? Yeah, but it was long before the new age organized battles and all. That's all I used to do back in the days. But like I say, it was before the way it is now. Bar Heavy J, Conscious Energy. What's going on, man? Hey, y'all. All y'all that are new, maybe the new people would do it. Y'all go subscribe to my podcast, the Underground Dialogue Podcast. And if you would be so kind, actually check out the content. I'm talking to the new people. I'm tired of asking my regulars to do it. A few of y'all do, but most of y'all don't. So all of y'all who are new, just coming in, I see some names I'm not familiar with. Go subscribe to the Underground Dialogue Podcast and do your brother a favor of actually watching the episodes. Appreciate that, Patrick Chin. Thank you, Patrick Chin. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Are you trying to say KRS-One, 7 to Dunbar? You got MRS-One. Rakim versus KRS-One. Well, everybody who knows me, they know that KRS is my favorite. KRS is my number one all time. But Rakim is Rakim at the same time too. So it will be very interesting because you got two lyricists, but also with different styles. And we know styles make fights. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I've seen KRS-One more active in that type of environment more than Rakim. I can't remember Rakim ever being in like a beef with another rapper where he was going back and forth. He took some shots at some cats before, but I never seen where he got dissed and then he had to come back and make a record to answer that guy, and then he come back and I never saw that. Now, do I believe Rakim can do? Of course he can, but it would be interesting because those are two of the ones that helped shape me, and like as a rapper and a lyricist, man. Like those are two of my rap heroes, especially Chris. Would I ever do a modern day battle rap? Yeah, I guess if the price was right. It's not something I'm interested in. It's like I used to when I was young. I used to just search for that, but it's not really in my heart to do that like it used to be. But for the right amount, for the right amount, we'll make it count. Paul Sample said, been subscribed to you for a while, but didn't know about the podcast. Well, yeah, turn your notifications on, Paul. It's that bell. But the Underground Dialogue Podcast is a totally different channel. So you have to go to Underground Dialogue Podcast on YouTube and subscribe to that channel. That's the podcast channel. It's not this one that we're on right now. And then you will see the episodes. Thank you, man. Because Paul, I believe you really gonna do it. I believe you really gonna go and start watching. I believe that. K-Rino and Busta Rhymes album. Busta different, man. Did you hear LL Cool J freestyle on Sway? No, I didn't hear it. How recent was it? Just came out? Man, y'all gonna stop disrespecting LL, man. I think LL been like, I guess he been in too many movies and TV shows to where now a whole generation has been born that don't even understand that this dude is one of the greatest rappers ever. That's like, that bothers me. Like LL Cool J rapper. No, this dude is one of the greatest rappers ever. He's better than a lot of them people that they be putting in the top 5 on these lists all the time. To me, I'm speaking of my own opinion. I don't want y'all to be mad. I'm saying, in my opinion, like when these mainstream publications come out with these lists, when these mainstream TV shows come out, when they come out with these lists, it's no way LL can't be top 5 to 10. He should be locked in the top 5 to 10 regardless. There's no list that's credible, in my opinion, of all time greats. Like when they start putting these are the 100 greatest, the 50 greatest rappers of all time. If LL ain't in the top 5 to 10, and 10 is pushing it, then the list really ain't, to me, the list really ain't credible. That's just my opinion. Don't let the acting and all that fool you, man. This man is one of the greats. See, this is how you know you one of the greats. See, when you influenced other greats, when other greats were influenced by you, that makes you an ultimate great. Y'all gonna quit disrespecting LL. LL Cool J is hard as battle anybody. I don't care who you at. Come on, man. Man, we're platinum in like three different decades, man. Longevity just sick. Man was dropping hits in 84 and was still dropping hits in the 2000s. Come on, man. Don't do LL like that. And you know what? You make a good point, Patrick Chin. You say, I don't think LL sold his soul. Yeah, I don't remember LL doing no flaky stuff. That's a good point. That's crazy. XXL should do a freshman class with the OG hip hop artist, senior class. I don't put no stock into them publications though. Source XXL, because it's too rigged up. It's too watered down. Quentin Q Bloodworth. Yeah, you right. LL the truth, man. Come on, Box. Can't sleep on that. I Need Love. First dude to be doing them love songs like that. And nobody was mad. Nobody was looking at it like it was weak or it was, oh, he sold out. Now, man, he was the truth. He pioneered all like the love raps and all that, man. Come on, man. Brought something to the game nobody had ever seen, man. It could still be hard to turn right back around and cut you up on the mic. Just got through sweet talking the girl, lead a girl and come over there and slice you up on the mic. Come on, man. Y'all better get off LL, man. Ice T too. LL Ice T, Ice Cube. People done forgot. People have forgot. Y'all better go listen to No Vaseline. Y'all better go listen to Gangsta Gangsta. Don't be sleeping on Cube. Don't be sleeping on Ice T. Y'all better go listen to Pulse of the Rhyme from Ice T. Y'all better go listen to Dog in the Wax by Ice T, 6 in the morning. Don't get that CSI. Don't get that CSI stuff twisted. Don't get it twisted. Oh, man. Is KRS-One really a Mason? I don't know. I have no idea. Frank says my videos be going through a consistent buffer. Have I been good, y'all? Or have I been buffering and staggering and stopping and all that? Because some people will say, nah, you good. Some people say, man, nah, it's lagging. Some people, it may just be on y'all end. I'm buffering. Okay. Who knows? It could be on my end or it could be on YouTube's end. What I think street military would be, industry-wise, if Pharaoh did. I don't think it had nothing to do with Pharaoh getting locked up. I mean, I think it just has to do with the right marketing and promoting, like with any of us. Okay, see, Patrick says it's been smooth. Some people say I've been buffering. Some people say, I don't know. They be getting me. I've been blurry this whole time. I'm looking at my own self. I've been pretty blurry for some reason. Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I appreciate the love. Y'all go follow me on Instagram. That's my Instagram right there. I need everybody to stop what they doing and who's on Instagram and go follow me on Instagram. So I appreciate y'all for that. Catch y'all later on, man. Peace and love. I see you, Demetrius, out there in Chicago.